also still in the room. The only things missing were her running shoes and a set of exercise clothes. Those who knew her immediately understood what this meant. You see, in addition to her academic prowess and piano expertise, Suzanne was also an athlete at heart. She was a double black belt in Taekwondo and
a double black belt in Taekwondo? That means this old lady could really chop some kill some.
Her age loved going on a run every day. Knowing this helped investigators narrow down what might have happened to her. Put simply, she likely went on a run soon after returning to her hotel on July 2nd, and something went wrong after that. She wasn't super familiar with the area, and to make matters worse, the weather was uncomfortably hot that afternoon.
Oh yeah, he did say that she went on vacation to go teach some stuff in like Greece or Italy or something. Like this is kind of like in Italy. So she was on vacation. So she went out to go work out, do a little run, but she might have gotten lost. But let's see how the YouTuber aspect comes into this. Did a YouTuber like live stream him kidnapping her or something? This is gonna be crazy.
There was a strong possibility she collapsed from the heat or something else along those lines. After putting this together, the Crete police immediately dispatched a search and rescue team in the area surrounding her hotel and around popular running trails. Her family even traveled to Crete and put a 50,000 euro reward for anyone who could help find Suzanne.
50,000 bucks?
Unfortunately, Suzanne was nowhere to be found. That is until 5 days later, on July 8th, when two young men were exploring one of the abandoned World War II Nazi bunkers scattered across Crete. Around 200 meters in, one of them noticed a piece of burlap covering something on the ground. They picked it up from one end to see what was underneath. And what they found was the aftermath of one of the most horrific crimes in Crete's recent history. The burlap was covering the bloody remains of Suzanne Eaton.
Oh man.
A later autopsy report discovered that Suzanne had several broken ribs, multiple fractures throughout her body, a missing ear, and much, much more.
A missing ear? Who did this? I gotta figure out who did this.
Whatever happened to her certainly was not
Mike Tyson!
The investigators began searching for clues, and fortunately it didn't take long for them to make their first major breakthrough. A set of car tire tracks leading up to the entrance of the bunker. Analyzing these tracks allowed investigators to find the car responsible for transporting Suzanne's remains to that bunker.
What? They analyzed the tire tracks in the mud and found which specific car it came from? They got crazy, dude. This literally goes to show, if you're gonna do something bad in your life, if you're gonna do some crimes and stuff, you're gonna get caught, bro. They know how to analyze tire tracks. They found the car. How do you do that? I don't understand.
Belonged to 27-year-old Giannis Paraskakis,
Giannis
a local sheep
Antetokounmpo.
farmer. But when questioned, Giannis feigned ignorance and claimed that him driving through that area on that day was nothing more than a coincidence. He went as far as to say that he didn't even know about the existence of that bunker, a lie that would eventually lead to his arrest. You see, Giannis had a dream to become a successful YouTuber. He started a channel with his own name in 2012 and began...
That's the worst channel ever. This boy looked like Timu Naruto. What is going on?
However, if you go to his channel today, all you'll find are 3 videos of him performing an ancient Chinese martial art and meditation technique called Qigong. That's because a couple days before Suzanne's body was discovered, Giannis deleted every other video on his channel. And once authorities recovered some of these deleted videos, it became clear why. You see—
Wait, after the girl got found and the police were like, dude, we think it was you, he deleted all of his YouTube videos. That's really suspicious. Let's see what they found.
Most of these deleted videos involved Giannis exploring abandoned World War II bunkers, including the one where Suzanne's remains were discovered.
His videos for him exploring these bunkers where she was found, and then he deleted them. Bro, you literally just snitched on yourself.
This contradiction gave the authorities the go-ahead to formally arrest him on July 15. It also allowed them to investigate him further, and the evidence they discovered was overwhelming. As it turned out, the land where this bunker was located was owned by Giannis's family. Investigators also found traces of Suzanne's blood in his car's trunk. When confronted with this evidence, Giannis cracked and told the whole story. According to him, he saw Suzanne running down the road and something came over him. He hit her with his car twice before putting her in his car, driving to the bunker and ending her life there. He later changed his story to where he was compelled to commit this crime by a demon. Unfortunately for him, the jury didn't buy this one bit and sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole in 2020.
Well, I guess his dream of becoming a YouTuber is Kaput! Good job, bud!
Now, this should have been the end of Giannis's story, but from what I've seen, there's more to his actions than just this one crime he was convicted of. The thing is, Giannis presented his vile act as a crime of opportunity, something he did completely out of nowhere. However, there's evidence to suggest that Giannis might be a full-blown serial killer. For instance, he was apparently detained by the police twice before, once for arson and once for animal cruelty, both of which are well-known early behaviors of serial killers. After his arrest, several
Matilda followed her. Oompa Loompas. Tinkerbell flew into the room.
other women also came forward, testifying that he had tried to run them over with his car as well in the past.
7 other women said that he tried to run them over too. This guy loves trying to run people over. This ain't GTA, baby! What are you doing?
So, Suzanne was more than likely not his first victim. However, the most solid evidence against Giannis is in one of the deleted videos he uploaded to YouTube. In it, we can see him showing some very human-looking bones scattered throughout the same bunker Suzanne was discovered in.
No way.
These bones were never discovered by the authorities, suggesting they might have been removed by Giannis to hide evidence. But what makes this truly disturbing is what his friend says at one point in the same video.
I don't know that
This roughly
language.
translates into, "Is this where you left that old guy?" Insinuating that Giannis had disposed of one of his previous victims in the same bunker before.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. This story just gets crazier and crazier. This guy, his family owns this old World War II bunker where this lady was found. He ended up hitting this lady with his car, took her to the bunker and left her here. But then in his deleted YouTube videos that he literally deleted, in those videos though, he showed human bones. And then one of his friends said, "Is that where you left the old guy?" Oh my god, this guy has murdered other people too.
If that is the case, one can only wonder how many other people Giannis has killed over the years.
Oh my, this guy's got to be put down, bro. I don't care if he's got life in prison. You need to send him, put him down, inject him.
Simply Manic 6075 was a YouTube channel owned and operated by 24-year-old Samantha Wolford. She lived in the small community of Monticello, Texas with her husband Ernest Lee Ibarra, aka Ernie, and their 5 children. She usually made videos about her day-to-day life and other random topics. Her story began in 2008 when she was at the lowest point of her life. She'd recently become the single mother of a pair of twins and had no love interest in her life. That's when she met Ernie at a local tattoo shop, and the two hit it off right from the get-go, eventually getting in a relationship and starting a family together.
So she met this guy at a tattoo shop and then they just became perfect. I wonder what's going to happen. Is she going to kill somebody? Is he going to kill? Oh God, they said they had 5 children, so I hope nothing happens to these two. Okay, let's see what happens.
In her videos, Samantha described the day she met Ernie as the happiest day of her life. Together, they were blessed with 3 more children, including 1 more pair of twins. Raising 5 kids was a challenge, but Ernie made it work by taking a second job in pizza delivery.
Okay, so this guy sounds cool. Ernie got a second job and he became a pizza delivery driver, bro. And we ain't even talking about friggin' pizza delivery on Roblox. This guy was doing this shit in real life, dude. This guy seems good. Don't tell me she ends up killing him. Don't tell me. Because this video says YouTubers that became murderers. Do not tell me, please.
While they had endured tough times together, Samantha, Ernie, and their 5 children appeared to be the perfect loving family. However, while being a stay-at-home mother was all she could do at the time, Samantha still had a dream of becoming a famous actress one day.
I've always wanted to be an actress. I think it is so much fun. I've been extras in movies. I've had small parts in like short films. It is so much fun and it is so beautiful. It is one of the most amazing forms of art ever to be able to express yourself that way.
Okay.
It's amazing.
So, in October 2010, she created her YouTube channel and started posting videos, hoping to become a popular YouTuber and fulfill her dream on the internet instead.
Okay.
And things were going surprisingly okay in the beginning. Samantha would post new videos whenever she had something new to say. And while most of her videos struggled to get past 100 views at the time, the few viewers she had were enough to keep her going. But as time passed on, her passion for making videos turned into an obsession. She started spending more of her time on making videos than her family, putting even more pressure on an already stressed out Ernie. Around 2014, she also started accusing Ernie of hurting her in her videos, hinting at just how bad their relationship was going. But then, after posting a seemingly random video in March of 2014, Samantha mysteriously vanished from the internet. Maybe she
God.
lost interest in YouTube or just wanted to focus on her family again. No one knew exactly why she quit so abruptly. Then, on the 20th of February 2015, viewers finally received the update they were waiting for. Unfortunately, it was far more tragic than anyone could have imagined. It started with the Texas police receiving a call from one of Samantha's aunts asking them to save her niece's life.
Cause County 911, what's your emergency? I have a home invasion. My niece is tied up. I am at the verge of untying my niece at this particular moment.
Okay, she's tied up.
She is tied up and gagged.
What?
And gagged. Is that what you
Yes,
said?
ma'am.
Is there anybody else there?
Are they talking
Where
about
are
the little
kids?
kid?
We have 5 small infants asleep.
Apparently, 3 masked men broke into their home in the middle of the night and attacked the couple while they were asleep. The intruders then tied Samantha in her bedroom and after hitting him with a gun a few times, kidnapped Ernie. Samantha somehow managed to get her ties loose enough to call her aunt, who then contacted the police after arriving at Samantha's home herself.
Why would you call your aunt, bro? Call the police. I ain't calling nobody but the police if I get captured. What the hell? Like, oh, hey, Dad, can you call the police for me? There's people in here trying to kill me.
By the time officers arrived, Samantha's aunt had set her free from the restraints. The kids were fortunately safe as well.
Thank God,
However,
bro.
what made this whole situation strange was that the intruders didn't take anything else from their home besides Ernie. And from the people who knew him personally, Ernie wasn't the type of guy to
At Sierra, Jack discovered great pickleball gear at incredible prices, which led to another discovery.
make enemies with dangerous people. Put simply, investigators sensed something fishy with the whole situation.
Dude, I think this girl set Ernie up. I think this girl paid those 3 people to come and tie her up and kidnap Ernie and kill him. Maybe she wanted him to be dead.
But all that paled in comparison to the main objective, which was to save Ernie as soon as possible. Unfortunately, Samantha didn't know anything that could give investigators their first clue. With no other option, the officers took Samantha to the station for further questioning, hoping to extract any useful information they could from her. But what none of them expected was that Samantha would change up her story completely after entering the interrogation room.
Yep.
Where before she
She's up
didn't
to
know
something.
anything about the assailants, now she had the name of a potential suspect, John Rebel. As Samantha's story goes, she was talking to her friend about Ernie's supposed attacks on Samantha, when suddenly a man with the pseudonym John Rebel overheard their conversation and started talking about how a man shouldn't treat a woman that way and that he was going to handle the situation. Well, as it turned
Sound like a
out, the
beta
name
male.
John Rebel actually belonged to someone, a man named Jonathan Sanford. The police found and arrested John not long after Samantha gave out his name, right alongside his 2 accomplices, Jose Ponce and Octavius Rhymes. Surprisingly, Jonathan
This dude's name is Octavius Rhymes. His last name is Rhymes? Bro, why are you kidnapping people? You should probably be a rapper. Rhymes? That's fire.
put up little to no resistance and immediately confessed to kidnapping Ernie. He also confirmed the worst possible outcome, that by the time the police got involved, Ernie was already dead.
Oh my
The 3
God.
took him to a secluded forest and executed him with 1 shot to the back of his head.
Oh my God.
However, even after learning all this, one question remained. Why? Why would 3 men who didn't even know Ernie kidnap him from his home like
She probably paid them. I said this!
that? Every answer to this question pointed back to Samantha, who kept denying any involvement. Even if the investigators ignored her suddenly remembering the perpetrator's name, there were several other suspicious aspects to her story. Like, how was she able to untie herself enough to call her aunt? Why didn't
Yeah.
any of her neighbors hear the break-in? And why were the kids all sleeping in the same room, when usually they're scattered throughout the house? It wasn't long before investigators uncovered undeniable evidence of her direct involvement. This included instruction messages she sent to Octavius when the officers were trying to call Ernie's phone, which he had on him. These read, "Kill his phone, shut that down, ditch phone, move." There was no doubt about it at this point. Samantha was in colluding with her husband's killers. And as the investigation went on, the real story came out as well. Samantha had apparently become addicted to the idea of becoming a famous YouTuber, and her neglect of the kids became a constant source of fighting between the couple.
Okay, so this girl wanted to become a YouTuber so bad, so she stopped paying attention to her kids. She stopped taking care of her kids. Ernie was mad. He was like, bro, you're a stay-at-home mom. I'm working my butt off to pay for these children, to raise them right, and to pay for you. And you're sitting at home. You don't have a job. You want to get famous on YouTube. You're broke. You got no views, buddy. And then that's why they would argue, and she wanted to eliminate him.
But instead of resolving the issue like a responsible adult, Samantha colluded with her friend's boyfriend to hatch a cartoonish